Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to our playthrough of Pathologic 3, Part 23. Oh, that's... You know what? No, I don't have any comment about that. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I was... It's actually a very funny juxtaposition, because I was super looking forward to continuing today's session, continuing this game, which I do find incredibly fascinating, and then I remembered all the things that I had to do and what happened recently. And it's such a weird feeling, be like, oh, I'm so excited to play this game that makes me horribly depressed. Oh, what fun. You know, the things that we subject to ourselves to for entertainment. In the last episode, we tried to... let's start with the most important thing first. Lara Ravel. It turns out that Lara was harboring an incredibly uncooling coal of fire in her soul for revenge against General Block. And it turns out that, since we had saved her life, she decided to act on that spirit of vengeance that she had and kill General Block, thus causing mass riots to break out on day 11 and destroying the entire town. I tried going back in time to convince her out of such a decision. Unfortunately, I was unsuccessful, so now we have to make the unfortunate decision for the sake of the town to let the changeling Clara take Lara's life so that we can see it tomorrow. By that I mean day 11. Then also, of course, a lot of friends left us, which was really depressing. Eva took a plunge to prove that that death is not immutable, which I hope was the lesson. So I hope I see her again on day 11. Tater Tot, our beloved cow, slipped through a void in space-time and now ascended to cow godhood. So all that's left is an origami remembrance of our dear bull friend. And, oh yes, and Yakov Little, our medical assistant, has contracted the Sand Pest and will now no longer be with us. Why did I want to play this game again today? Well, yes, because it's entertaining and gripping, and I need to find out how it ends. So, a bit of behind the curtain situation, dear viewer. Before each session starts, I do like to go around the town and smash as many mirrors as possible. But what had happened was, a courier came by during one of my outings and told me that Maria Kana wanted to see me about a certain something. So when we jump back in, that is going to be our current heading. And so as we dive in, I let you know, as always, dear viewer, if you enjoyed today's session, I encourage you to subscribe so that you can always find your way back home. Now, the courier, oh good, at least hopefully we'll be able to, yes, there you are. It's good, so we haven't missed anything. Or that is, you don't miss anything, dear viewer. Dr. Denkovsky, at last! Honestly, you're impossible to catch. I've been trying to track you down since early morning, and everywhere I go, it's like I'm a step behind. Oh, that was like me and Peter Stamatin. I actually never found out what happened to the Stamatins after I saved them from death. I know I was supposed to break into their apartment with Sticky, but I never got around to that. Maybe it'll come up again. Like a paradox about Achilles and the hair. I don't know that story. I'm going to have to look that up. I don't play Hades enough to know what that story is, or even watched Hades Town. Let's see here. What now? Has the Inquisitor summoned me to the cathedral again? What? How could you? No. I'm only doing as Maria Kana asked. I have been ordered to tell you that she expects you. Bridge Square, the Crucible's inner courtyard. Please come quickly. Is that so? Well, I should like to see her myself. Okay, so now we go... Wait, you stopped me to just tell me to go a few more feet in this direction? Alright, well, that's fine. I suppose I wouldn't have found out otherwise. Oh, wait, and I do have some items around. Yes, I have lots of tradables. So, child, I wish for things. Give me all the things. What do you have for me? I'll take one of these, and this is, oh, fantastic. Oh, what a perfect, happy little trade. All right, now what did you give me? More depression juice. Thank you. Oh, Doctor, you're needed at the hospital. It's urgent. Who sent you? My brother. Oh, wait, no, I did this. Yes. Aren't you Little's brother? Yes. Go spend some time with him. Yes, the second patient. Good. All right, good. I will go to the hospital again. I thought I already did that, though, but I guess I didn't. Wait! Georgie, sorry, real quick. Did I break your mirror already? Ugh, you're useless to me. All right, here we go. Let's go to Maria's house. And let's go see what she's all about. Never mind. We don't sing on this channel. Actually, wait, that's not true. We don't sing well on this channel. There we go. I have amended it to be more correct. I forgot about you. Wait, what? Whoa. Maria, you've been ransacked? Someone turned this whole place over. What happened?
Ugh.
You know, that's not the first time someone's ever said hello to me like that, and it probably won't be the last. Dr. Dankovsky? What an unexpected visit. Maria stepped out. You came for her, didn't you? What's happened? Why is everything in disarray? I don't know. I'm horrified. It's possible something was even stolen. It's unthinkable. Everyone knows you mustn't touch Maria's things. Once she laid a blight on a man who touched her comb, and the next morning his hair fell out. Is something missing? What could he have been looking for in Maria's wing? We don't know. No one dares touch her things. No one knows what's inside her little cabinets. The robber could have been an admirer. Perhaps wanted to take some tiny thing to be closer to her. I can understand it. Sometimes it's very hard to resist temptation. You are a precious little simp, my boy. Handsome one, but a simp nonetheless. And where is Maria herself? And here's what's most shocking. Maria left for a meeting with the Inquisitor, Mark Kaminsky, and immediately someone profaned her quarters. Do you think there's a connection, Dankovsky? Why would she meet with the man that destroyed her father's mind? Entirely agreed. We, too, are, how to put it, quite unsettled by the news. My own relationship with my father is complicated enough, but if someone did to him what was done to Victor, I'd strangle the executioner with my own hands. Don't shout, Vlad. I can hear you perfectly well. Forgive me, I got carried away. Maria is taking her father's loss very hard, even though she's trying to distract herself. These past few days, she's been especially absorbed in everything connected to the mistress's history. The shadow of her mother, wild Nina, hangs over her. I could feel it. And what does Nina Kana have to do with this? And the mistresses? Wait, your sister Capella's a mistress too, isn't she? She was to be a mistress, but now probably not. Father made her the main heir and handed her the Bull Enterprise. Earthly affairs are hardly compatible with a sorceress' fate. You pity her, Vlad? What? No, certainly not. I'm happy for Capella. She's earned both Father's recognition and the town's. Perhaps I am a little sorry she'll have to sacrifice another fate of hers, the fate of a mistress, but it can't be otherwise. I understand. Now, about Maria, you said her mother's shadow hangs over her. What does that mean? Nina, Maria's mother, was famous for being able to bend the future to herself, not merely to see it, but to summon it. And Maria's trying, right now, to comprehend the reach of that gift. And how is her mother's gift, even assuming it's real, connected to the Inquisitor? This morning I asked her the very same thing, and, oh, the look she gave me. There is grief in her eyes, so much grief, and it hurts that I can't help her at all. I can't ease her pain. I'll take a look around if you don't mind. I'll search for any sign of the thief. What do we have? Burglars were drinking Twirine? Twirine lovers broke into the dressers? Okay. Gotta use my detective vision. What do we got? What happened here? What were they looking for? What's missing? I don't remember, but I'm probably going to have to, go on a previous day. Someone broke into Maria's place. She was interested in the mistresses. About Clara? No. Could this be connected to the dead mistresses somehow? It won't hurt to pay them a courtesy visit. Jeez, Louise! Why with the face? My path leads to the Cape. I understand why this is a horror game now. Alright, here we go. What now? We have rest Maria's followers, who for some reason need me. Alright, but I have to go to the Cape, and then the hospital, and then something, and then other, and then miscellaneous, and then victory? What do you want? Good day, Doctor. I have orders to escort you to the cathedral. Let me guess. Karminski wants to see me again. No! Wait, okay. Before we do that, let me take a swig of calomel so that I don't get moited. Can I break this? No, I still can't break them. Hello, Carmen?
Anterior costal margin, discal cells, and of course, the wing root.
Fortuna unda aliquid fregit, cassum penitus est. I really need to brush up on my Latin pronunciations. For the first time, I've never done it. I've grown accustomed to our conversations, Dankovsky. You may be the most reasonable man in this town. I would like to trust you. You're being suspiciously pleasant. I don't like it. Fair. Then to business. Who do you work for? The ruling families of this town invested in authority in me. The ruling families of this town invested in... Oh my god, what is wrong with me? The ruling families of this town invested authority in me, but much has changed since then. My so-called employers have lost their own influence, so it seems I no longer work for anyone. 3 days ago, you told my men you served Inquisitor Aglaya Lilich. I took it for a theatrical bluff. I am no longer certain. Why are you only asking now? Let's just say the situation has evolved. I've learned that Inquisitor Lilich is in the town. That's one. And that she has long taken an interest in Thanatica and has even visited your laboratory. That's two. That's true. She lectured at the Institute first and foremost, but she did stop by Thanatica and a few other laboratories too. Tell me what you discussed the last time you met. We parted on poor terms. When you entered the laboratory, your assistant Platon was showing Aglaya Lilich your morpho butterflies. How do you know that? Flashback. Hello? Hello?
Like old Professor Luria, he used to say, every cobbler should stick to his last.
I forgot how creepy you sound, Platon. And these morphos, you see, can live in captivity. Well, about a month. But that specimen there, the listless one with the torn wing, has been living in our laboratory for, care to guess? No, 17 weeks. Only a year ago, the head of your laboratory brought a patient back from clinical death before an astonished audience. He lectured, quite inspiredly, on cellular aging. And now the limit of your ambitions is Drosophila and morphos? Drosophila. I don't know what Drosophila is. I don't want to look that up. You know, in some ways, Drosophila are even more interesting than butterflies. The results they show are... Where did those notes go? Let me find them and read them to you. You are a remarkable optimist, Platon. It's a wonder your superior tolerates you, given his ambitions. We get along perfectly well. I may well need a full-time optimist on staff, otherwise my despair will kill even the Drosophila. I'm happy for you. The knack for choosing a team is half the work. Still, I can't help noticing the bitter irony. You breed Drosophila, and yet in your own alma mater, you've been reduced to the level of insects yourself. It's hard to do serious work when it's being sabotaged from every side. Colleagues, the academic council, the authorities. Of course, our failures are always someone else's fault, aren't they? 6 months ago, I offered you help. I could have protected you, helped you along. You refused. And where has that refusal brought you?
Today, I dreamt of being capable of dreaming.
Lilich was irritated. At your previous meeting, at the chess tournament, she offered you patronage. You refused. Why? Karmensky, who's telling what happened between Lilich and me? You or I? Let's go in order. I'm leading you through your memory. The Inquisitorial Service teaches certain techniques. In truth, there is nothing remarkable about it. Erasing memory, as with Victor Kane, is far more difficult. Is that what you did to Victor? Okay. Don't digress. Did you tell Lilich why you refused her then? Why did you do it? I'm not an idiot. Nobody offered help at a chess tournament. They meant to lay claim to me and Thanatica. Congratulations. You kept your independence and lost the work of your life. What is happening to Thanatica now is agony. You keep up the pretense that everything is still ahead of you. It isn't. I don't believe you don't understand. Why did she come to Thanatica that day? Shortly before your departure, people like her don't waste time on idle talk, on proving their superiority, which means she had a purpose. What precisely did she want? Come on, remember. What do you want, Lilich? I've already refused you once. Do you want to hear it again? He misjudged you. A pity. Who? He? Who is she talking about? I don't know. You're lying. The only question is, to me or to yourself? Who are you talking about, Aglaia? Let's assume that on that day you didn't know whom Inquisitor Lilich meant. That doesn't mean you can't guess now. Another door is opened in your memory. Step through it. Where does it lead? Do you see a silhouette in the doorway? I'm gonna go with number 2. No. Name him. Simon Kane. You're not Simon, are you? No, that's you, Karmensky.
An iron heart beats in bullets.
Simon Kane, the immortal Simon Kane, of course. Inquisitor Lilich is related to him, didn't you know? That's why she took an interest in you half a year ago. That is where all the lines of our warped fates converge. 6 months ago, I knew nothing about Simon. You didn't. But she could hardly have been ignorant of him, and knowing that, she could anticipate your interest in him, and his in you. Granted, but I repeat, I don't work for Inquisitor Lilich. I turned her down half a year ago at a chess tournament, and in Thanatica, shortly before my departure, she didn't offer me anything at all. You have much in common with Lilich, Dankovsky. Her career is hanging by a thread as well. She has reason to clutch at any straw. In the capital, a noose awaits her, and in her downfall, Lilich blames me, not without cause. Inquisitors at each other's throats? Touching. What do I have to do with it? I'd even venture that you are her last hope, you and your search for immortality. You must realize that in her position, as in yours, there is no salvation without a breakthrough. Without a triumph that will make the executioners gasp. Is this some kind of test to see whether I'll run to her to strike a bargain? I have a confession to make, Denkovsky. Almost in the sacramental sense. I'm already dreading this, an Inquisitor's confession. The street in the atrium designed by Yulia Lyaracheva does precisely what they say. It identifies one's subjectively worst possible future, shapes a nightmare tailored to the walker. I tested it. On myself. Karminsky, you've lost your mind. I don't believe so. Why do chemists test poison on themselves? They don't. Why do engineers climb into unproven machines? Well, I heard that actually, you know what? I heard that, and I think it was actually from this game, that an engineer will stand underneath a bridge that their apprentice has made, and wait for it to, and wait for a car or a train to pass to make sure it's still stable, to prove that they have taught their apprentice well. I wonder if that's the same thing. Sometimes the only way forward is to wager your own fate. I am interested in impossible things, and whether they can be bent to serve the law. I took the risk. That commands respect. Unexpectedly so. I didn't walk the street to the end. I only set foot on it. Inquisitors are trained to govern attention. Others', and more importantly, their own. That let me break the nightmare before it fully closed around me. Still, I saw enough. I don't believe it could come true in its entirety, but in fragments, distorted, incomplete, it already is. And this nightmare involves Inquisitor Lilich. In the subjectively worst version of reality for me, Aglaila Lilich is officially dispatched to this town, vested with the authority to decide its fate. I see it differently. If she's clinging to any hope at all, then your appointment here is her nightmare. Everything I told you earlier about Aglaila Lilich, her career hanging by a thread, the prospect of the noose, is true. Every inference you drew from that truth was false. Skilljoy, welcome to the channel. Skilljoy asks, how's day 10 going? I missed the intro. Well, I was originally going to go back in time and prevent Lara's death, but then a bunch of couriers came by and told me all about some news about Maria Cana and our good, incredibly, fun-loving friend Mark Karminsky here. So now, just to briefly summarize, Aglaila Lilich, one of the Inquisitors who approached me at Thanatica, who offered to protect my laboratory under her direct supervision, is now in town desperately looking for information about the immortality that Simon Kane has. Because it turns out that Aglaila Lilich is related to Simon Kane, somehow. I'm not entirely sure, it wasn't explained to me. And now Mark is telling me, is that if Aglaila is successful, it would prove very detrimental to Mark. Or at least that's what I'm trying to glean from him. He's being very cagey as usual about everything. Okay. That street really did affect you. You weren't given to theatrics before. Aglaila Lilich cannot be Inquisitor here. She's compromised. She hated her sister for binding her to the Kane name. She hates the Kane's projects, their entire way of thinking. In the end, she must hate this town itself, a town built from attempts, clumsy or brilliant, to reach the impossible. I, on the other hand, do what I can to preserve the impossible. Is that all? For a so-called subjectively worst possible future, this feels underwhelming. An ideological rival shows up, hardly a catastrophe. I've got half the town full of those. I don't know, I don't feel very comfortable with that one. I see. That is unsettling, if Aglaila Lilich is here. Understand me, Denkovsky. I subjected myself to that street, and I tell you this. It's a masterpiece. A terrible one. Skilljoy says, soap opera, gasp. Yeah, it's, yep, And everybody's having an affair with everybody, and everybody else's secret child, or something. I haven't watched Days of Our Lives, or any other one. I have seen a bunch of Argentine soap operas, but that's already too much information. A terrible one, but a masterpiece. Perfect machine for grinding destinies, made flawless by its own flaw. Aglaia Lilich will never speak of it that way when she comes to recruit you. Remember that. You think she will? So far she hasn't reached out. After the experiment, I made inquiries. A woman matching Lilich's description arrived on the same train as you. Looking back, I can trace her presence throughout the town. 2 days ago, she gained access to the archives of the first outbreak. She's preparing something, slowly, methodically, and that is my fault. Wait, hold on. 2 days ago, she gained access to the archives of the first outbreak. Was she the one that stole the original Isidore Barak's notes from the Olgimskis? She's preparing something, slowly, methodically, and that is my fault. Because you walked the street? I didn't walk it to the end. My possible futures began to narrow, but they never collapsed into a single catastrophe. If they had, matters would be far worse. Still, I'm certain of this. I'm the one who drew here a person destined to hate every stone in this town. I'm not asking you to help me undo it. I'm only asking you not to yield to the worst version of reality. Get some rest, Karminski. Doctor's orders. Okay, so it turns out that Lilich might be... Oh. Right. Forgot about that. Yeah, let's move on. Okay. Let's move on. Alright, let's go to the Cape. Okay, so Karminski is trying to convince me that Lilich desperately wants to destroy this town. I am not certain of that, because I don't think that Karminski has ever told me the truth about anything, because Inquisitors are tricky folkses. More mirrors.
In every shard, a new me.
Okay. Ooh, that's going to help out quite a bit. Thank you very much. Okay. Why were they building a mirror labyrinth? Or was this just a pile of junk? Either way, I broke every single one in my own selfishness, because I need them more than you do. Alright, wait. Why am I here again? I'm at the Cape. Yep. Somewhere here, I hope to uncover Maria's secrets. Okay. Let's use our spectral vision. Break another mirror.
Camera obscura.
Wait, hold on.
Camera lumina.
You're one of the... Yes, you're the Kane... Your mother Kane. Nina. Is this anything? I hate searching for things in the Cape! Now, granted, I've only really done it once. Ooh, hello. I'm dying, and nobody told me. And you know what? I feel bad about that. Okay, there's gotta be a morning after. No, there's got to be some sort of clue for me. The kid Notkin wants to offer me work. One of the children asked for my help last time. They almost killed each other. I don't recall that happening. Maria's halves, an intellectual circle of young and promising people, seek a meeting with me. Oh, maybe I should actually go talk to them before I start exploring the Cape. Because I'm not really seeing anything here. Aside from this pile of mirrors that I comfortably broke. Oh, hello! This is nothing. Ew. Okay, I'm not risking it. I'm not risking a leap of faith. This ain't Assassin's Creed Resynced. Which I actually... The Black Flag, I actually kind of want to play that. Because who doesn't love a good pirate game? Okay. As a personal note, while I'm searching aimlessly, if I look at you, will you tell me anything? Nothing. Okay. Alright, I'm not going to go to the Cape just yet. Until I get more information, but I am going to go talk to the followers. I'm dying again! That's fine. I'd rather be dying than sad. That's not... No. Don't take that out of context. Everybody, just go speak to a doctor. Alright? This is not a mental health channel. Okay, let's go back and talk to the followers. Maybe they have some clues for me. You're nobody. You're nobody I want to talk to. Alright, here. Come on. You. Do you guys have information for me? I have no time for this fancy new positivism. Believing the world to be objective and inexplicable is the mark of a tiny mind. Anyone who's read more than one book knows that that's being subjective. Consciousness determines being, not the other way around. Consciousness rules being, but only when it's advanced enough. Otherwise, it is being that sets the rules after all. There's no contradiction here. In a certain sense, a consciousness that's yet transcended... A consciousness that's yet to transcend itself determines being to an... Oh, we're going to talk about philosophy, so these sentence structures are going to be a little bit weird. Here we go! One more time with feeling. In a certain sense, a consciousness that's yet to transcend itself determines being to an even greater degree, since, out of an infinity of realities versions, it only has access to one, the simplest and cruelest version of all. Are you saying that Julia's street was perfectly designed as well? You haven't been to the capital while it shows. The students over there would make short work of you. Gone are the timid ones debating being and consciousness in libraries. What's en vogue these days is throwing bombs at carriages of the powerful. Apologies for interrupting, but I've been told Maria Kane is expecting me. Where is she? Ah, Doctor, you're here. I'm sorry, we had to resort to a ruse to lure you here. You see, it was I who invited you over, not Maria, and I must ask that our conversation remain between us. Above all, Maria must never learn of it. The signs are hiding something from Maria. I'm intrigued. We have a situation with Victor Kane, you see. Here's the thing, we've lost him. I beg your pardon? Victor went missing this morning. He left the Crucible and never came back. We have no idea where he went or why, and we're asking you to help Dr. Dankovsky. He might accidentally harm himself in his present state, which makes your help doubly essential. Okay, tell me everything you know. When did it happen? Who saw Victor last? It's all my fault. I'm the last person who saw him. He was standing with some woman by the gate, and I thought nothing of it. But as soon as I looked the other way, they were both gone. They crossed the bridge into the maw. I wanted to step in, but that woman, she saw me approaching them, and she, pushed me away, using only her eyes. She made me look away. It was as if she pulled me on like a glove, twisted me around like a glove in her hand. You're a coward. You can just say that she was hot and you felt embarrassed because she was hot. I've done it all the time. As for me, to be honest, I was at a loss, plain and simple. Victor had become a recluse, so at first. I was even glad he wasn't shunning the company of some stranger. Somehow I don't think she was a stranger to Victor. His manner with her was special. I too thought she reminded me of someone, but I haven't been able to figure out who exactly. It would really help if you could describe the stranger in more detail. She was clearly not a local, like you, the capital breed, with the kind of wrinkles in the corners of her mouth that haughty, overbearing people tend to have. Haughty wrinkles in the corners of her mouth. Fantastic description, fits any number of people. Okay, now we have another heading. Okay, Victor was seen in this direction, somewhere beyond the bridge. Oh, I farted around too much today, but the good news is that I still managed to get a lot of amalgam. So, not terribly sad. We may have to repeat this day, despite how terribly horrible and horrifying it is, and I hate it. Okay, here we go. I'm looking... Do you? No. Yes, why not? You. Hands off! Hey, I saw the brooch first. If it weren't for me, you'd never notice with those bleary drunk eyes how it was sparkling in the sun, right there in the dust. Then why'd you stand there gaping, eh, Owl? Everyone knows whoever grabs it first gets the loot. Whoever took it, not whoever saw it. I think I know whose brooch this belongs to. Take a closer look. The Kane's family design is right there. I knows whose it is. Mine. And you, Eagle Eye, if you don't agree, keep in mind I'm carrying more than a brooch. I've got a switchblade on me. And I have a revolver. Would you like to see it? Easy now. Let's do without a revolver. We're peaceful. And you, gutter drunk, don't puff your chest for nothing. See, a decent man spoke to you, and you could have started with the revolver. Hey, man, I found it in the road. I didn't steal nothing, you hear? Why are you hounding me? It was just lying there in the dust. Nobody's. I grabbed it. I didn't see any Canes around. Well, I'll be. I did see him. From far off. I even thought to myself, Victor Kane or not, with some big deal fancy lady. They passed by today. So is that Victor? So he dropped the brooch. And we, turns out, found it? That means we're owed a reward. And where did they go? Somewhere. And anyway, I stepped aside so that big deal fancy lady wouldn't lay eyes on me. She's got terrifying eyes, and I don't remember anything else. My memory, see, it acts up. Only Twirene can grease it up, you catch my meaning? I don't have Twirene, but I do have colored bits of glass. I believe I have some on me. You daft. Who am I to you? Do I look like a child? What use are your colored glass bits to me? I want Twirene. My heartfelt advice, toss the brooch to the Kane's doorstep and pray they don't find any of you. Okay. Nope, that's M. This is N. Alright, a terrible woman and her companion went along the guzzled river. Okay. Maybe if I come back with Twirene, I can somehow muscle in on some of that action. Unless, is there a trades person here? There is. Maybe, if I'm very lucky, this person will have Twirene. Or at least the components to make it. What's up, children? Who's up there? What are they looking at? 1, 2, 3... Who are you looking at? I want to look. I don't see anything. Oh, it's getting very late in the day. Spent too much time farting around and being depressed. Which describes too many of my past days. Alright, let's move on. You don't have anything interesting for me. No, you don't. That's a shame. Perhaps I already hit you up. Alright, a terrible woman and her companion went along the Guzzle River. The hell is a guzzle? Okay. Along the Guzzle River. Okay, what was that? Was there something in the water? Oh no, I found more stuff to loot though. Okay. Let me see. The Guzzle River. Did I overshoot it? Did I overshoot my mark? Hold on. I can get rid of some of my stuff. Okay. No. And that just leads to another section of town, which I do not want, so I guess I go across the other side of this bridge, or at least explore this part. What's with the spy music now? Not that I'm offended, it's just very odd. No, I don't see anybody. And the kids there are just hanging out. No, nothing here. Let me see. The Guzzle River. Maybe they took the Guzzle River and where would that lead? Down to the train yard. All right, let me just explore the northern part just to be absolutely certain. And if nothing comes up, then I'll go possibly to the train yard, which I don't have a lot of time left. Sorry, gimme.
Forgot that there's so much of the world.
The Guzzle River. This is nothing. Let me see. Did I already reach the other end? I sure did. The terrible woman and her companion went along the Guzzle River. And if they went... Yes, so they came in, So the other place that they would go is the train yard, but that doesn't really lead... Huh. If I had some twirine, I could give it to that so-and-so. Perhaps even... Wait a minute. Along the... Oh, they're up there. Are they? No, those are children. Hold on. I can't see. But if they went along the river, and the kids are looking up, maybe they did climb up the impossible structure? I mean, if it is... I mean, Aglaia really hates this place, and it's probably because of the impossible things that are in it. Let me just see. Maybe, let's see. Let's see. Yep. Great. Yeah, hey, buddy. What do we got? And all these years it has been bitter, almost insulting. Why, damn it? Why did my brother survive? Why are they all alive while you? Why did you burn away in an instant? Did not survive? Did not reflect in the countless facets of the focus? Save the dramatics for the theater. It was more, I was near more often than you can imagine. Do you know what is really bitter? Being with you, yet never able to clasp your hand. Give it to me, now. Shadows, but why two of them? He sees us? How curious. I see you, and hear you. A doctor from the capital. Simon has plans for him. He and Isidore Barak invited him here. They said the doctor was remarkably gifted. He is talented enough to see us, yet not tactful enough to refrain from intruding on our conversation. A wretched pairing of traits. Wait, I thought a shadow embodied the soul of the dead. Does that mean Victor Kane has two souls? And as stubborn as a child, too. Are you certain Simon was speaking of him? He has no feel for the moment, does not know when to fall silent. He tries to speak his way through obstacles, and he is not ready to listen. I don't want to leave, I want to find answers. I know how to listen, and I hear you evading answers. Tell him to leave, at once. I did not come back to waste time on him. Dr. Genkovsky, please leave us. Believe me when she speaks in that voice. The only sensible thing is to submit. All right, as you wish. At last. I would be furious, but it takes my breath away how beautiful it is here. Look around. Now you can see it too. You were wrong to stop loving this town. Stop noticing it when I wasn't around. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that one of these shadows represents Nina. And the other one is obviously Victor. Oh, it's so nice that they technically get to commune together. I don't know in what capacity, but here we are. Without you, the town has lost its hidden core. Simon kept building, hatching one new project after another, but it seems even he felt that dreams would blow off the stones like leaves unless your step pressed them into the reality. Have I told you this? There was a time I doubted whether to give a chance to modest provincial youth. He was quiet, fading against the kaleidoscope of other suitors. But then he promised me a town of dreams. It was so persuasive, and I was lost, even before I came here. I did not intend to eavesdrop. I hope you can forgive me. This is a tired, mournful, broken person. Two shadows? Mass highs resignation before fate. Alright, hold on. What's going on? Victor Kane was found at the top of the stairway to heaven at the very edge. I need to entrust Victor to someone before he breaks his neck. Okay. Calling specialist. The kid Notkin wants to offer me work. When one of the children asked for my help last time, they almost killed each other. Okay. Devastation. Either someone broke into Maria's office, source of the mess, chaos and mayhem. Not that every conversation was completely useless. I need to examine the break-in site and compare facts. It seems Maria's secrecy and the break-in are inextricably linked. All threads lead to the Cape. The Cape greeted me with tracks, visually identical to Maria's house. I'm on the right path. A pile of mirrors. The tracks end. I need to look around. Alright, so I'm going back to the Cape. And I don't think I have enough time, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Sorry, what did you have again? Please tell me. No, I already robbed you of your calomel. Well, not robbed you, per se, but, Hey, you two. And there was no point sitting on that accursed tower anyway. You did right to leave. I didn't leave. I grew up, and they threw me out. They always drive the traitors to childhood out of the tower. Ridiculous. As if a person could simply stop growing up by choice. So you didn't want to leave. You'd have stayed in the tower if you could. Don't ask. Don't break at my soul. Sorry for interfering. Doctor, there you are. I followed you so I could bring Victor back to the Crucible as soon as possible, or else report that some calamity had befallen him. But it seems we've been spared. We found him? Is he all right? I found him. He's as all right as one can be in his situation. What does that mean? What happened? He hasn't been wounded, has he? Not yet, but if you keep losing him, anything might happen. He could fall down a flight of stairs, for instance. I assure you, Doctor, it won't happen again. We were so frightened. You weren't afraid for Victor. You were afraid of Maria's wrath, and she'd be right to punish you. Thanks for the morphine. Thanks for the more morphine. More morphine and a pocket watch. What the heck does a pocket watch do? Artifacts. You have a I'm sorry. I have a pocket watch. I don't have a pocket watch. Where the hell did the pocket watch go? Okay, cruel joke. Alright, now Victor will be safe, but who was so heartless as to leave the poor madman to his threshold of death? A soul and a half knowingly told me that there were now 2 souls in Victor's body. The tales remarkably aligned with my observations. Okay. So, great. What is this? Alexander Block was killed. Well, we're gonna try to reverse that, okay? What do you have here? Going to the river. Pieces are coming together. Parents went to the river. The problem is that oh no, okay, this is fine. This is just a patient, of which they are all solved. Okay, now I need another swig of calomel, and we move. Okay, we are going to... I hear a small breakage of bottle of glass, as if like as soon as Daniel's done drinking it, just chucks it. Skilljoy says they're just saying "ooh" the whole time. That's what mask people say. Essentially, this is what happens to Super Mario Shy Guys when they just go through a phase. Excuse me. I'm just going to do a little bit of attack here and ignore all of this. Thank you. Now, apparently there is a trail. And what is this deal about Notkin? I don't recall anything like that. But chances are very likely I'll just repeat this day one more time just to make sure I have everything in order. And let me just take a swig of this, and let's get a little bit more pep in our step. Okay, so what you're telling me is that that whole thing of mirrors that I found and immediately broke, and I probably shouldn't have, is important. So let's see how. Okay, what does it say? Okay, were they building a mirror labyrinth, or is this just a pile of junk? A mirror labyrinth. You're like a mirror maze? Is that what you're trying to say? Alright. Now you're saying that there's steps of some sort? Right, there's this light here, and I take it, and it goes down... Right, and I've already tried this. It has a box, and the box is useless to me. Right. Okay. Let me... What does it say again? Hold on. It says... The Cape greeted me with tracks visually identical to those in Maria's house. I'm on the right path. A pile of mirrors, the tracks end. I need to look around. hate searching for things in the cape. Is this a note? Can I read it? Oh, I can just take it. All right, here we go. How pleasant, how joyful it is for me to realize that I no longer need your guardianship, no longer need your help, that I alone can cover with my wings this entire town, past, ruined, and future. I see so clearly what lies ahead of us that no maternal care or instruction is required of me anymore. This path, a path impassable without a wise mentor, I have walked alone and succeeded where another would stumble and fall. You are a wordy git, aren't you? I no longer need you, Mother. I have forgotten, like a terrible dream, all the pain you caused me with your untimely, treacherous death. But my true dreams I do not forget, and they illuminate for me not a footpath, but a wide highway through the darkness of the future. All signs are clear and comprehensible, as if I have read them in a book with 3 volumes of commentary. This includes the danger that mirrors can cause to those who carelessly peer into their depths, and the crudeness of the visiting Inquisitor's knowledge, and the impossibility for him to defend himself against a properly constructed optical system. See how correctly I understand every grain of knowledge that has come to me, and why you yourself did not protect the husband who loved you so ardently, and my father whose brow was so clouded by the cruelest fate that does not interest me at all. I myself am the true, reborn, Scarlet Mistress, and no... Oh, okay, never mind. Okay. So... Do you see a familiar face? This gentleman is wanted. For contempt of death. You have plenty of time to admire yourself, Dankovsky. Do you see any familiar mirrors? A pompous mirror could have stood in the theater before, at wealthy patients. Heavy luxury, perhaps from the Crucible. It looks like a cane mirror. Yes, I can picture it in Maria's wing. Did someone steal Maria's mirror? Could it have been the same person who broke into her house? Who would break into her house? The hooks look like Clara's hooks. Clara's the future mistress, and she's not afraid of Maria. She broke into the Crucible and effectively led me to the mirrors. I was rummaging through Maria and effectively led me to the mirrors. In the end, she seemed to help me. I can't forget that officially she's in jail today. They say she has a twins. They say that any lock will open for her. In any case, she and Maria will sort it out between themselves. Seems Clara has nothing to do with the mirrors at all. Maria's extremely interested in mirrors. Looks like Maria's collecting mirrors, which takes on sinister overtones to the context of the notes. Maria writes to her mother that mirrors carry danger. But the intention is troubling. Nina in her time was also guided by dreams. The town mourns Nina as it does every mistress, and yet breathes a sigh of relief after her passing. Let me sum up. Maria considers mirrors dangerous for the Inquisitor. And the Inquisitor is curious what happens next. Maria's plotting something wicked, and she's right. Clara wants to have dirt on Maria. And Clara wanted me to know Maria's plans. I can't know for certain. Clara's soul is a mystery. Alright, good. We have that sorted. So, what now? Maria believes the mirrors are harmful to Karminski and collects them. A mad story. Perhaps because she wants Karminski to run out of amalgam? That's an interesting thought. Okay. So it looks like I cleared up all of that. Do I have enough time to quickly run to the hospital and see what else needs to be said? Because if we just solved all that, then I guess there's nothing stopping me. I'm gonna go to the hospital, and then I'm gonna go to the town hall if I have enough time, which I believe I do. Sorry, I need to drink some more go juice. Give. And give. Okay, here we go. Now the question is, will I need those items in the future? I don't know. I probably should have saved them to use in mixtures of other things, but I didn't. And that's the fate that we have subjected ourselves to. So let's see here. So let's go to the hospital. Skilljoy says, quick hospital run, just sprint screaming wee woo to get there faster. That's true, actually. And it's weird that long distance runners never use that philosophy. That if you pretend that, you know, you're an emergency vehicle, you will inherently run faster. The same is also for... We don't have any more patients, do we? I already diagnosed all the patients today. Kira and Yakov Little. So why the hell did you bring me here? Did you bring me here to break a mirror? I've already done that! I'm actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put this back. There you go. You can have that back. Sign of my esteem. I don't know why you told me to come here. Another patient turned up, better late than never to produce the vaccine. But I've already helped all the patients. Somebody lied to me. Alright, now we go to the town hall.
What is that?
I don't know what you're saying. But Skilljoy says, lol, Death just chilling in the corner. Death knows where it's needed. Also, technically, see, this is where it gets confusing. Not confusing, just a little bit, I don't know what the exact term is, but, nope, don't fart on me. Where am I going? I need to go straight this way. Is that, like, not only are these actors also technically my orderlies, but they're also representations of things in this universe. Oh, nope. This way. Okay, great. So it could just be an orderly, or it could just actually be the representation of death. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you. I love your flamethrowers. You guys look great. That looks heavy. Do you want to sit down? Never mind. I don't care. You. Yes. Yes, I think you're right. Yes. I don't know. All right. Okay, great. Yep. And I don't want to talk to you, Lara. You've already broken my heart. Holy crap, that was incredibly sad. Why did you make me so sad? I'm so glad that there is a water fountain outside for me to break. All right, give, where? Give, mine, now, please, thank you. And one over here. No, that one's, yep, no, I can. Give. Jeez. Okay, so we did that. So now let's go back to the Stillwater so I can I'm just gonna take a look. This is a terrible idea, but I'm just gonna look anyway. So I have to overcome 50. I think this is the answer? Damn it! Okay. Wow, I really balls that one up. Oh, I am still very much not good at that. But then again, it's a gamble. High risk, high reward, except I have not had any reward for doing that. Skilljoy says, you super murdered that guy. Murdered. Oh, at first I thought you were just trying to get past the sensors, and then I realized I don't have any. I believe in... No. I'm not risking it again. Okay, here we go. Stillwater. Right. Okay. Yes, great. All scary. Let's go back. I lost 2 pizzas. I lost 2 pizza pies. And I need to go back in time as well. Okay. It's fine. It's fine because it's okay, and it's okay because it's fine. I am going to stash a lot of useful stuff into the clock. Okay, here we go. Calomel. The nuts. The matches, even though I don't think they're as terribly useful. More nuts. The butterfly. The water. The belladonna. And why not? There's actually room for all of this, so why not get in there? Okay, great. Now, let's take a quick look. When did I throw Clara in jail? Betray. So, I threw Clara in jail. Eva is dead in the past. Right. Eva is dead in the past and will always be dead in the past. Day 9. Oh, okay. Where, case solved. No, it's fine. Word of honor. Lara promised me not to touch box. So I have to go back to day 8, because that's when I told the Inquisitor. Hardly anything since today. The whole town gone mad. This is the least oddity. Since this morning, a strange hum. Okay. If I fire the sand plague devours foreign diseases, it would be panacea itself, and then to kill the carrier. That's fine. New roll. Vlad is the youngest and alive with well, but he's Maria's faithful. No. Sand plague continues growing slowly, but it turns nope. Qualifiers nearly died. Everything became too dangerous. I must calm the town. I need. Simon's deeds are great, but averted more troubles. No. Where is the part? The Inquisitor promised to take measures. Okay, good. I have to. So I'm going to day 8 and undoing that. Then going to day 9 and then going to day 10. Oh, there's going to be a lot of travel. So we have to go to day 8. Okay, here we go. Oh, I hope there's enough amalgam. Day 8. Oh, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. That's pretty good. That gives me a lot, right? Yeah. Go back to day 8. Must remember to break this. Okay. All right. Wait a minute. Wait. Can I break things on other days? Vlad the Younger's in love and well, Mr. Fit. What the whatever, we're doing this. Okay. Great. Crap, that's broken. Hey, Tater Tot. Glad to have you with us. Thank you. Sorry. Okay. Let's loot this. Give me all this. Thank you. I'm actually going to trade this for stuff that I might find useful. Okay. Very, very good. Wait. Hey. Yes, I know. Yes. What are you talking about? Yes, yes. Okay. Yep. Yes.
My head hurts.
We must go forward to go backward. That is how this day is won. I am going to use this opportunity to go and... Oops, sorry. I know there's a mirror. Unless I've already done this day. So hopefully... Ah! Yes! Very good. Yep. Alright, good.
It's more honest now.
Alright, so break that mirror. Okay. And then this. Kick that. Sorry, run into you. Don't care about you. You're all depressing. I'm not going to look at you. But I'll hit you. Good. And we go to Lara's place.
Living.
Okay. Hi. Shut up. Don't look at me. I'm ugly. I'm hideous! I haven't been sleeping well ever since I've been trying to cure the town of everything. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I'm very sensitive about my looks right now. Hello. Lara isn't even here today, is she? Still taking your matches. Yeah, Lara isn't even here today. Okay, great. Yep. Yeah, you're not even here. You don't even have a mirror for me. Alright, but the point is, the changeling's not in jail. That's most important. So with the changeling free, that means that she can go ahead and murder Lara. Clara can murder Lara, and then we'll see Tamara. That makes sense? Was that clear for everybody? Just wanted to make sure. Oh, wait, there's an exit. Nope. Nope. Okay, here we go. All right, now what? Now what? Okay, so if I don't even talk to if I don't even talk to Karminski, then it should be fine, right? Right? Just in case, I'm gonna go, let me go, I'm just gonna do the long way so I can break as many mirrors on the way there as possible. If I ever encounter them. What are you? You're a tradable box? Yes. Give. I don't know if I need to actually trade anything today. I'm gonna be honest, why do I have so many of these? Okay, maybe that's how I'm supposed to farm the euthanasia thing, because that's how more boxes. I'm not looking for boxes, I'm looking for mirrors. I can't take any more garbage. I probably should have put stuff away. But that's fine. Where am I headed? Where am I going? I'm going back to the Stillwater. That's what I want to do. Is that a mirror? It is a broken mirror. It's useless to me. Useless! Sorry, I didn't mean to shout at you. But you are an NPC and I don't care about your opinion. You were not programmed to have a personality. And if you did, it would probably be depressing. So we're going to ignore it. I'm a good person. Alright, here we go. Just want to break this mirror. Already broken, fantastic. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to use the clock and go to day 9. Why? Why did that cost so much money? Why did that cost so much time juice? Okay, now, with Clara not jailed, never seen before, nope. Definitely Barack assured me the blood has nothing to do with it. That's fine. There's no more Capella, that's perfectly fine. I can't fix Yulia, these are my patients. Katerina's saved, yep, that's fine. The testers decreased sand particles, okay, that's okay. Outright came into the town and took orders, that's perfectly alright. Case closed. That's all fine. Yes, I gave the archives back. What is this? A lead, a mother's waiting for the soldier. No, that's fine. Nothing to default. No, that's okay. Trail, it seems okay, good. And day 8, which means I didn't have her jailed. Right. I didn't have her jailed today. So when I proceed to today, right, I go to Lara's place. And it should all be horrible still. Loot. Give. Thank you. Alright, good. I don't care that you're here. Okay. Alright, here we go. We are day 9, right? Day 9. Fantastic. Okay, wait. One more time.
So quiet.
That's already broken. Dang it. Alright, now we go to Lara's place. Fine. Okay,
I'd rather
here we
not
go.
hear this.
Yes. What is this? A murder occurred here. Now I'm an investigator as well. Later. Okay. Here we go. More chaos in this area. Fantastic. I love it. But you forget that I am panicking, which means I'm running at panic speed. Mirror? Already broken. Gosh dang. Okay. Hey, bud.
The left hand doesn't know what the right's up to, and the right doesn't know the left's secrets.
She asked me to take her pain away. She's called for me herself, and she's asked, and her pain, it was lodged so deep down, how to reach that far. I promised I would try. I laid my hands on, and that was it. Torn up, cut short. I do hope you don't treat the people in the hospital like that. I've done that many times. Many times I pulled burning coals out of people's chests, pulled out their pain, but the coal in Lara's chest was so hot, so bitter. It killed her as soon as I touched her. Okay. You killed her with your touch? Do you really expect me to believe this? And his hand is stretched out, and whom shall turn it back? And his hand is stretched... Yes, okay, great. What does his hand have to do with this? You just admitted Lara's died from your touch. You don't know, medical man. You don't know anything. I'm no more than a conduit. I don't decide who gets to live and who goes down into the earth. All I do is lay on my hands. He's the one who decides. We're going fast because we already done this. And he's decided Lara has to die. That means that's how it should be. That's what's destined. Let's see here. What am I to do with you now? There is no guilt here. Then time itself takes what rightfully belongs to it. There's no one to blame. Now you're just jumbling everything up. First he was to blame for everything, now it's time. Everyone's guilty except you. Great. Actually, I'm sorry, Lara. Alright, with that said, let's go and see about going back to day 10. Hopefully General Block will still be alive. Don't touch me. If not, I may need to go on a bit of a mirror farming spree. Let's go... Who's got the nearest mirror? Or who's got the nearest... Well, the nearest clock was actually in the shelter. So that was embarrassing. Alright, but notes go back. Yes, yes, great. Back to the Stillwater. Okay. Now then, with that all done... Yes, yes, yes. Everyone, hello, hello. Great. Okay. Now with that done, why do I want to go to day 10? To check on the work, right? Yes. Otherwise, can I just proceed to day 11? Right? 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 Well, let's see. Let's see if I actually can go to day 11. Because if I could just skip by it, I could, you know, don't need to spend so much amalgam. Yeah, I can go straight to day 11. Okay. So, right. So now I can proceed to day 11 because that wasn't possible before. I don't need to check on the situation with General Block because if I do that... And... Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna jump to day 11. Because I can. Because Lara's dead. Oh, hello everyone. And how are you doing, little boy? You are dressed almost like Santa's soldier, or like M. Bison. Oh,
so,
sorry.
We have a little loop here, with an overcast stitch, as it were. Or a noose.
Inspector, are you doing crochet patterns while you interrogate me? Which, I'm not going to lie, I have crocheted during meetings before, but I feel like this is a little bit more hands-on. Day 11. No use beating around the grave, as the saying goes. If the reports are to be believed, this was the day you finally lost all authority. The hospital was shut down and utterly destroyed. The town was controlled by the army, and you were useless. Arguing with you is a struggle worse than arguing with the common folk. Who would rather hang themselves than let me say... No, that's too vindictive. I was on the verge of creating vaccine. I wasn't, because the vaccine evolves literally daily. If only those damn army thumpers hadn't intervened. By army thumpers, do you mean General Block? You had a falling out with him, didn't you? Tell me about it. And stop weaseling about. Stop weaseling about. Your story keeps changing. Quit reinventing the past. Just tell us exactly what happened. And who are you exactly? 3 days after the army arrived in town, General Block ordered your hospital closed. Yes or no? Forgive me, Colonel. With all due respect. That's a colonel? He looks 16. Okay. I guess, achievement comes bright and early for the young lads in the armed forces. Forgive me, Colonel. With all due respect, asking questions is my job. You promised not to interfere. Yes or no? Speak. What now, Inspector? Will you let this tin soldier metal snatch your prey? No, I don't want to antagonize the officer anymore. He'd probably gun me down. I don't remember. Let me refresh your memory. General Block abused his authority and destroyed the only hospital in town. If that is not sabotage, what is? Did you try to stop him, Dr. Dankovsky? The patients held the key to solving the plague. I would have never left them behind. That same day, Block soldiers began shelling the town and its civilian population with artillery. Yes or no? I don't like your tone. I'm not here to be liked. I'm only interested in the army's actions in town. I know who is guilty of this disaster and who must be punished, and I need you to sign the testimony. Okay. You're missing the point. It wasn't Block or the military who decided the town's fate. On day 11, more important events took place. Is that so? Enlighten me. It was on day 11 that I discovered where the source of the plague was. Was it? And, just as expected, I am jumping right into new... Oh my god, we're so close to the end of day... Oh my gosh. Alright, what was I going to do? Yes, let's jump into the day, knowing nothing about it. And a brand new mirror for me to break into pieces. Day 9, which some thanatological theses are practically proven.
This is...
Wait, day 11. Day 11? And unrest has increased, obviously. Can I actually issue decrees for today? The plague's up. And I can't really do anything for that contagion and unrest. No. Remove that decree. I do not want the rat creature being up all on my biz. Even though it's a very good decree. I don't care about the unrest. Quarantine, or do I? Wait, is there anything I can do to actually reduce this? Yeah. I think we're just done here. Yeah, I think we're just done. Okay, is there anything to loot in the clock? No. I don't have a lot of items in here today. Ooh, never mind. Okay, wait. It's day 11. Okay. Okay. Where is she? Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'll get to all of you in just a moment. Okay, there are still plague districts, that's perfectly fine. How much juice do I have in... No, I need to refill the prototype. Sorry. I'm sorry I'm so silent. I'm just, I just... But wait, no, this is true. The shade isn't here. At least not yet. Did I miss her when I was upstairs? No. Wait, do I have any... I have some nuts. Maybe I can trade for strychnine crystals, and I don't have any water. This is fine. No. No, I don't see her. Yes! Sorry. Oh, I knew it! I knew that's what you were trying to do! I knew you were trying to teach me about the impermanence of death in this universe. We lost so many friends on day 10. So many friends, and I'm just glad to have one back. Sorry. And I promise, I'll talk to you in just a second. I just don't want to be depressed when we talk. I'll be right there, I promise. Mirrors, Bess, thank you. Give. But you're...
aren't real.
Sorry. Okay, hi. Yes,
I just
hello.
knew you'd come.
I remember now. It really is hard to leave this town. Backwater, trains rarely coming here. But they're not the problem. People grow into their land. That's the problem. But this umbilical cord needs to be cut. Otherwise, there will be no life. No life. Eva? Do I know you? You look respectable. Another day, I'd gladly have a conversation, but today I want to be alone. Can you please tell me where the station is? I'm afraid I'm lost. Eva, have you forgotten me? What's happening? I see you're anxious about something. I'm sorry I can't help you, but there are many kind people in town. You'll certainly find someone who will listen to you. Me? I need to get to the station. You look different. Are you Eva, or are you her sister? Please don't. I don't like to be called by my name. It feels like I'm being tethered. Did I offend you somehow? Please tell me.
I need sleep.
Okay. I'm glad you're back. Maybe we'll talk later this evening. But you're back. That's a start.
Misophonia, Dankovsky.
Right. Let's get going. What do we have here? Colossal guns are positioned on the railway. Today they will be put to use. Must they? Alright, I'm actually going to go ahead and take a trip to the plague districts. Just to see if I can defeat the Shabnak again. It won't be much, but it'll be something. Okay. Not too shabby isn't here today, or at least not in this district. So we're going to move on. Alright. But I'm going to make my way to the hospital. Okay. Alright, so... I mean, in one sense, Eva did prove that, you know, death is not as permanent. But in the same time, she also did... She acts as if she was completely new to this timeline, which doesn't make any sense because, according to the townsfolk, Eva's been here for ages. Practically since the Stillwater was built. Hello. No entry for civilians. The former theater, also the former hospital, has been requisitioned for military use. Where are my equipment and the patients? Where's Little? The entire contents were moved to... Erminoff, tell me, what did they call that house? House of the Living, something like that. A shelter, basically, for the destitute. The closest thing to the formal hospital, supposedly. Everything got hauled there. All your crap is there now, including your Little, whatever that is. If Little was among your things, then Little is in the house of the living now. Is General Block aware of this? I believe he'll be very surprised when I inform him. General Block gave the order personally. This is an army hospital now. There's no need to report anything to the general. He left town hall today and is making the rounds to inspect the lines. Do you have any idea what you've done? There's a plague in town and you've shut down the only hospital. Step back, citizen. This is your final warning. Without a hospital, there won't be a vaccine today. Without a vaccine, there may not be tomorrow. Damn it. Alright, well... crap. Okay, where's the house of the living? Oh, Lara's place. Okay, well, I suppose that's as good a place as any. See, even in death, you serve, Lara. You're a venerable dreadnought to these people. Okay. So, Eva, I'm not quite sure I understand. And actually, there was something I noticed.
Everything's so vibrant.
With Eva, and that was the dress was also like not the pure white, it was like blue.
Things everywhere.
I don't know, is this like an alternate into the Spider-Verse version of Eva? Is this Eva played by Miles Morales? Which is fine. Such a good kid. But not exactly what I had in mind. Alright. Oh, hi, bud. Little too close for comfort there, pal? Okay. Also, if anybody has any mirrors, feel free to relinquish them to my services. What's happening over here? Hello, everyone. What we got? We're saved! She's returned! Returned to us. She didn't leave us to die. So that means the end of the plague. You saw Nina Kana? We did! Everyone's seen her today. And where did she go? Could you tell me? You're an interesting one, aren't you? How could you possibly miss Nina? She's 20 feet tall, no less. When she sets foot to ground, it thunders so loud the windows break. It seems quiet now. Okay, so it's just that somebody placed a statue here. What now? Entry for civilians. That's him, the head of the former hospital. At least someone recognized me. Sorry, Doctor. We're just following orders, that's all. We were told what to do, so that's what we do. My hospital property's in there, possibly the people too. Let me through. We can't. Oh, come on. Let him through. Our Sergeant Draunt was treated by him. He was a good man. Go in, Doctor. Just don't tell anyone we let you, all right? That's better. Okay. All right, here we are. Back at Lara's place. Oh. Hi, Aglaya. I'll be with you in just a second. Okay, where's all my everything? Was I lied to? Alright, Aglaya, what do you want? Aglaya Lilich, Inquisitor. All those days I felt as though someone was always one step ahead of me, even events unfolding at the behest of an invisible director. Only at the very end did I manage to catch up to her and speak face to face. Nina Kana's sister, Maria's aunt. She came to the town with a purpose. She saw me as a pawn, but I refused to play her game.
21, 34, 55. Enough.
Those were some weird measurements if you're doing a dressmaking. I mean, you know, every body type is beautiful in its own way. Well then. Hello, Bachelor Denkovsky. Karminski warned me yesterday that you were in town. Only yesterday, late as always. He could have had time to set you against me. There was plenty of it. Why do you assume he didn't? Because I take you for someone resistant to shallow manipulation. I'm glad to see you, at the very least, alive on this day. At most, the savior of this town. You've done impressive work. I did what I could. Many in your place wouldn't have managed anything at all. Dankovsky, may I offer a brief preface to clear up the misunderstanding between us? I'll admit there's a misunderstanding to clear. I have plenty of questions. Thank you. Point 1. An apology. I had no business clouding our acquaintance in the capital by offering you and Thanatica my patronage. With people like you, that sort of offer can only offend. I was wrong, and twice over. 11 days in a town on the brink of disaster prove you never needed any protection in the first place. Apology accepted. Point 2. You and I stand at a turning point. Together. This town's fate hangs by a thread. Everything will be decided very soon, one way or another. I'm going to find you, and I'm going to get you. That's precisely why I'd like to begin on a clean slate. Those who, by chance, end up on a sinking ship in a storm should be throwing each other ropes, not jostling with elbows. All that's left is to figure out what chance brought you onto this ship. Point 3. I'm here unofficially, and that matters. This town is tied to me by blood. The late Nina Kana, Nee Lilich, was my elder sister. I can't say we were close, but I knew the Kane family, and of course their plan for a utopian town. Lately I was rather in a turbulent correspondence with Simon. I know. I found scraps of the letters you burned. From Simon's letters, I concluded events were brewing here. He never spoke to me directly, but he said enough. I recognized the turning point from afar. Call it professional instinct. From time to time, the curve of history takes a sharp bend. It's a brief period of great upheavals and great opportunities. And that's exactly what Inquisitors are sent to, these turning points, yes? Of course. To keep the curve's further direction on the coordinate axis under control. But you said you were here unofficially. Point 4. My position within the Inquisition is extremely unstable. In fact, critical. Too many times I diverged from the general line in minor matters. Then I took a larger risk, and here we are. I saw this town's turning point as my chance before any orders arrived, and I came on a gamble, on the same train as you, no less. Trains were rare here even before the quarantine. Karminski told me about your precarious position. Let him. I don't hide it. I'll say it plainly. Yes. I'm saving my own skin. I'm looking for an opening. But my service and my life are expensive things. To buy them back, I have to save this town. And I've nearly worked out how. And if your payment isn't accepted, then I'll save the town, but not myself. At least in my own eyes, I'll lose with dignity. Still, why are we only speaking today, on the 11th day? Why did you act in secret? Because acting openly is volunteering to step onto the stage. There are advantages, but there are drawbacks as well, and you've surely had time to feel them firsthand. I needed as quickly as possible to gather the most precise information I could about the genesis of the Sand Pest, about Simon's death, about the weave of cause and effect in this town. Incognito is simply more convenient. You do understand how it looks from the outside, like a hidden agenda. Dankovsky, let's be blunt. You helped the town live to see this day, with your knowledge, your skill, and truly inhuman effort. I, with my own effort, can help it pass through the next turning point alive. Set the curve on the proper axis. You're entitled to doubt me, but in the end, we share a goal. According to Kaminsky, you ought to hate every stone in this town. Even if that were true, it wouldn't matter. First, personal preferences fade in extraordinary circumstances. You like enumerating things, don't you? Which is fine. Second, every stone I'm supposedly meant to hate is a stone before the turning point. Nothing comes out of it the same, not even stones. And you're sure you can seriously influence this town's fate? You aren't the appointed inquisitor here. That's a difficulty, I admit. Kaminsky has no goal of saving the town. He's here, so to speak, for study, enchanted by the density of impossible objects per square meter. That's his private interest. He will, of course, observe the interests of the service. But don't be mistaken. If the town dies, it won't be a failure for Kaminsky. For me, it will. All right, suppose our goals align. What does that mean in practice? That means I'll violate military secrecy and tell you what's happening with the hospital. As you can see, the military admitted me to your papers, and I'm impressed. Your hypothesis about resistance in intercurrent patients, daily vaccines as a way to outrun a rapidly developing infection. You even seem to have made a discovery. The discovery? I don't know why I went so French on that line. All right, the papers are here, but where are the patients? I hope to find them in this house. I hope you know how to take a blow, Dankovsky. The hospital has been disbanded because the military judged it a focus of the Sand Pest, and your intercurrent patients, almost the most dangerous spreaders of infection. What? That's what the soldiers guarding your archive told me. They could, of course, have confused something at the sight of an inquisitor's sign, but it's more likely the confusion belongs to those who made the decision. And this decision is this: to put patients with confirmed sand plague to death by burning, for disinfection purposes. Sit down, Dankovsky. My legs really won't hold. Burn the patients? For what? I could say I sympathize, but you have no use for my sympathy, so I'll say this. They're by the abandoned water tower. The soldiers have orders not to disclose the location, but they couldn't refuse an inquisitor, even an official one. Hurry, Dankovsky. I hope we can continue this conversation. I still have questions for you, but not now. Not now. I won't keep you. But come back here by evening. It's important. By then, I expect to have the data that may shed light on the true causes of the epidemic. I'll be there. Okay, so let me go prevent my patients from being burned alive, apparently. Clara.
You've never seen a living human in your life.
If you pour salt into a calf's left eye, it stops walking straight. It'll keep drifting left. Is that a metaphor, or are you just saying folksy wisdom? You're the calf. You think you're walking straight, but really you're looping. Life poured salt into your eye. It burns, and you can't blink it out, so you're angry. I'm angry because today I lost the hospital. I need to get it back to stop this barbarism. So forgive me, I have no time for metaphors. Listen, I came to ask you plainly. Don't hinder me. Move aside, step out of the road. I've nearly beaten the plague. I know what must be done. It can still end well. You know, I'm not as proud as you think. If someone defeated the plague instead of me, I'd applaud them. Bookman, your science simplifies and complicates at the same time. You look at illness through a microscope and think it's a bacterium. You take me for a naive little fool who doesn't know about bacteria? I do, of course. But I also know that contagion, death, despair, defeat, those aren't in the bacterium at all. Under your gaze, truth shrivels and hardens into its crudest form. Avert your eyes, then my gaze will win. You're late. They forced my eyes shut. The army has dissolved the hospital. The patients will be burned. That's what I was told. So it's true? Poor things. And you, poor thing too. I truly do pity them. And you. Want advice, Bookman? Stop digging in the past, hunting for mistakes. There was nothing you could do here. You couldn't have protected them by laying straw for your fall in advance. Fate can't be cheated. If you can act at all, you can only act now. Thank you, Clara. I truly am crushed by this news. Alright, so I'm gonna go quickly see my patients, or what's left of them, if I can use some gallows humor in this situation. Eva seems to want me to not get in the way, another floating child, not want me to get in the way of whatever she's got going on. So everybody seems like they're trying to tell me what direction they think this should go. And you know what? I don't care for it. I guess what is my... Oh, there they all are. All of my patients. Alexander Block, General Ashes. I've heard of the legendary commander before, hero of battles at Karstov Fords, Laypin, and Nizov. In person, he was shorter and more tired than I was expecting. The order to purge an infected town with fire was disgraceful and criminal. Perhaps purposefully so. To destroy General Block. Perhaps purposely so, to destroy General Block. Everyone understood that. With all due respect, Your Excellency, history isn't made in white gloves. Those were your words.
Foolish. Foolish. How foolish I was.
I said them, and I stand by them. Derzavin, do you think I'm wavering? Not at all. I hesitated far too long already, waiting on a miracle. Still, I won't give the order until nightfall, to avoid clashes with the locals. The townspeople shouldn't have to watch their neighbors burned alive. No one should have to watch that. General Block, be so kind as to explain, why are my patients handled as though they were prisoners of war? You're right, Dankovsky. Prisoners of war is the most accurate term for them. From the start, I should have accepted the fact the plague is war's sister, and must be fought accordingly. Gentle measures will bury us all. They nearly already have. My patients are the key to saving the town, and you're about to destroy that key with your own hands. Mr. Dankovsky, did it occur to you to think why they sent specifically us to this town? We have a certain amount of experience in medical matters. Unfortunately, we've had to face cholera, typhus, this new influenza. General Block knows how to weigh such circumstances. I've read the hospital reports, Dankovsky. The hospital didn't help us fight the plague. In fact, it was a breeding ground. People in the Marrow, the area where it stands, had an infection rate several times higher than in other districts. That's one. Two, how many patients did you manage to cure? I wasn't treating them, I was studying them. That's required if you're to create a universal vaccine. You had a week. Forgive me, but if I keep indulging you, we'll all die. I can't allow that. Derzavin is right. In military campaigns, I've dealt with epidemics before. I admit none so dreadful. But I learned their lesson. You can't save the healthy without sacrificing the sick. What looks like cruelty to you is mercy. But that will close the path to a universal vaccine for good. To protection from the plague for everyone. We both know that those sick with the plague endure unbearable suffering. And what do? Prolong their torment for the sake of an illusory goal? To you, they're material, petri dishes, and you accuse me of cruelty. But intercurrent patients don't suffer until the late stage, except from their secondary diagnosis, and they're practically incapable of transmitting the infection. Their harmlessness to healthy people hasn't been proven. You've worked with them and didn't get infected. Your assistant did. The epidemiological picture in the district around the hospital speaks against you. That's easily explained. Every day, dozens of my... You're right about the marrow, but hospitals always create a higher infectious burden around them. A soldier must be able to recognize and accept defeat. The same applies to a scientist. Yes, I've lost, but that doesn't mean I've surrendered. I'm ready to sacrifice my reputation if it helps prevent the plague from spreading to other cities. And you, Dankovsky, must make your sacrifice as well. If you believe burning my patients will stop the plague, you're insane. And that's not an insult, it's a diagnosis. Don't preach to me, Dankovsky. I know I'm acting monstrously, but the alternative is worse. Do you think I'll turn away? Hide behind my soldiers' backs? No. This blood will remain on my hands forever, but it's necessary. Please, think again. I will beg if I must. Dankovsky, stop. The decision has been made. General Block's orders are not up for discussion. Stop. Wait, do you even realize the town held out this long on our vaccines? Not universal ones, but for one day they reduced infection. Without a vaccine, tomorrow they may not come at all. We expect that eliminating the hospital as one source of infection will match your vaccine in effectiveness, most likely surpass it. Enough talk. We're just stepping on each other's toes, so much that they're bleeding. There's no need to start another round. My decision is final, Dankovsky. If you want, say goodbye to the patients, but no more than that. I still can't believe this is really happening.
My path won't be called anything. I'm just a volunteer who helped with paperwork.
Hi, Little. I'm actually glad that I get to see you one more time. Obviously under better circumstances, I hoped, but this is what we have. Thank you for coming to say goodbye, Doctor. I don't know what I feared more. No one telling you or seeing you on this side of the fence. Damn it, they didn't tell me a thing. I ran into a locked hospital door, and then only then I figure it out. It's vile, swept aside like so much waste cloth. You spoke to the general? So did I. The moment they grabbed us and dragged us here, nothing affects him, not a thing. He read in his papers that the district around the hospital is the sickest, when, as they say, it's just the most surveyed. But later I got a soldier talking. They've got, what do you call it? Non-combat personnel losses. They're dying of the plague themselves. The general's trying to save his men, which is understandable. I think he truly believes it's salvation for everyone. It makes me furious, of course. The plague is chewing people up alive. There's hardly any life left to live. But no, they won't even grant that. You're one of those people too. One of the ones with hardly any life to live. You named the diagnosis yesterday, so I took the appropriate drugs for it. I'm still holding on, and it's all thanks to you, Doctor, sir. You know, yesterday I was afraid of getting your diagnosis wrong. It's hard to keep a cool head when with a patient you care about. That's genuinely true how I feel. I regret one thing. We didn't have time to make even one more serum. I went through the reference books. I know it isn't a vaccine we've got. It's still closer to a serum, like you said from the start. All right. And the irony of it, they hauled everyone here. According to all our lists, there are new intercurrent cases found this morning. Some equipment as well. It's here, but no, they won't allow it. They won't. You're right, as always. The town needs one more serum, perhaps the final one. Doctor, if you're going to bargain with a general, bargain for something he can actually get. He won't give you us, you can see it, but he may allow you to do the work. Just a moment. I'll take a breath and I'll think of something. Alarm bell? The bells are ringing at the cathedral. Who died? A few hundred soldiers have already died of the Sand Pest, and yet I'm the only one getting sent off with such fanfare. Can I even... Yeah, you're not even a person... You need treatment, medication, rest, not holding a pen for the condemned. I never once raised my rifle at a fellow soldier. There were times they put me on firing squads for deserters. They line them up against the wall, and it feels as if it's you they're lining up. That's why they blindfold them, so their stare doesn't punch straight through you. But every time I throw the rifle down and walk myself into the guardhouse for disobeying orders. If only everyone were like you, Sergeant. Oh, come on, Doctor. Just live the only way I knew how. It's a pity you never made it to a higher rank. Maybe something in your regiment would have been different. I keep thinking, maybe they'll shoot us first, and only then burn us? Being burned alive, well, can't be much worse than when a shell sets a fire going. For us, anyway. But for the ones ordered to burn us? Even now you're worrying more about your comrades than about yourself? It's beyond reason. And I was afraid, Mr. Dankovsky, that I'd die and never see the steppe, trapped within 4 walls. And now I think they'll burn us out here on the steppe. How do you feel? You've been left without treatment. The hallucinations have returned. The medicines you prescribed rid me of them, but now, once more, blotches of the wrong colors. Again, I see your coat is red. Half the people in this town would say that's a vision, and that I'm covered in blood. But you don't. Mr. Dankovsky, don't blame yourself. You're a doctor, a scientist. What could you ever do against the army? I don't know. I won't make promises, but I'll try to contend with them again. Oh, Kira. Tell me the truth, Doctor. Never mind the rest of us. Are my wards still healthy? My students? I don't see them here, so I can at least hope they were spared. Children are still infected far less than adults. Skilljoy says, I'm so glad Eva is alive and doesn't remember us and everyone is dying. Yep. Things are really turning around for us. Children are still infected far less often than adults. The only thing that matters is the children stay safe. Not just the ones I taught, all the children in the town. I'm not even talking about innocence, or that they haven't had a chance to live. No. Then what is it that you're talking about? Children are our memory. If they're gone too, who will carry forward the memory of the terrible things that happened to you? Who will see to it that it never happens again? The children you taught, Kira, will almost certainly grow into good people. You all. We ought to tie them up before the procedure. Or what? Are you going to hose the sick down with fire just like that? Tie them? Ow. We're not allowed to go near them. They're infectious. And if they run, you think they'll stand there obedient while you with a flamethrower? Not every one of them is contagious. I say this as a doctor. What do you think you're doing? We mean well, Doctor. You think it pleases us? This order is not to my taste, but what am I to do? If I refuse, they'll line me up against the wall myself. Soldiers, as long as somebody ends up against the wall, friend or foe. orders aren't up for discussion. And why shouldn't we discuss it, if it's the orders proper? They sent us to this town as if it's our burial. 3rd day straight, the plague's been mowing down the men. In that little hospital, they drew blood from the plague-stricken to inject into the healthy. Of course it has to be shut down. Shut down and burned. Building and all. Have you no common sense? How do you beat an illness without a hospital? Why argue with us? Go argue with a general, smartass. Or did you already? And he told you to take a hike. I don't understand it. Block has a reputation for being a humane commander. Before I could reach an agreement with him. That was before. In this little town, a single day is enough to blow all your humanity away. The general lasted 3 whole days, mind you. And I agree with the doctor. Our general's done. It was never like this. Before he was ready to hear anyone out, and now, patooey. You go to him with a report, and on every point he turns to that pipsqueak on his in the fishnet veil, like he's asking her permission. The pipsqueak in fishnet? Clara? Seditious talk. Have you no shame? Gossiping about the general? Don't shush me. You've got the flamethrower, sure, but you're junior by rank. I'll tell it all. Everything I've been sitting on. That pipsqueak's been hanging around the general since we got here. And then, somehow, quietly, on the sly, pop, she started twisting him around like a rag doll. True. Embarrassing, but true. I saw it myself. I'm bringing him a deserter under guard, one who tried to flee into the steppe, civilian. Do you even know what deserter means? The regulations are strict. Everyone knows what he deserves. And the girl whispers, let him go. It's his fate. And the general, believe it or not, lets him go, even gives him rations for the journey. So she can persuade the general to let a deserter go. Now that's an idea. I'll file a report about this talk. Mark my words. Once I'm relieved, I'll report it. Today she's tardy, that peepsqueak. Still not coming. An hour ago she was wandering the sick quarter. Is it smeared with honey for her out there? You too? Spinning tales that she's the plague in the flesh? An hour ago she was sitting in the steppe by the altar stone. That big one that looks like a bird. Saw it with my own eyes. And I saw her with my own eyes in the sick district an hour ago. I had a patrol there. I talked to her myself. In the fog, you can't make her out from far off. I called out. She couldn't be there. She walks up and says, I can. And the rat's trailing her. I saw her at the shelter of all places. I doubt she's there now. Okay, so lots of stuff going on right now. Before I leave, I want to find out what's going on at the church. Yes. Mark, what's going on?
Ladies and gentlemen, the beheading of the Defiant Act 3.
Well, look who it is. Bachelor Dankovsky, a proud cinema apologist. I'm afraid I have no two-dimensional images pressed on a strip of film for you today. Today I'm selling tickets to a proper performance, something real and alive. Or not really alive if we take into account the condition of one of the participants. Who exactly is dead? What? You want me to spoil the story for you? You must be one of those vulgars who first turn to the last page of a book just to see who it is, doomed, before reading any of it. Step into the cathedral. I don't want you to know. I want you to feel. I already know who is doomed. All of us. Mark's dead, isn't he? Oh, Maria. Did your mirror plan work? Hey, Mark. And the stamatins? It still won't break. Because these mirrors weren't meant for me. Alright, what do we got? That's it. Now we're done for. Straight under the bench altogether. No, I've got a family, you hear? I can't go under, I can't. Easy, lads. We'll wriggle out. No bench, no nothing, just stick together. Our story's got a match. So here's how. In the report, I write the boss broke the rules himself and told us to untie the resting guest. That's true, right? True. What happened here? Well, I didn't even blink, and the boss was already gurgling blood. Rogov, what were you? Where are you? Rogov, where were you looking? Can't even provide rest properly? You were told, don't take your eyes off the guest. Skilljoy says, can we go back in time to having, cool time bending and eldritch items? No, listen, this is almost day 12. This is almost the ending of all things. This is where one fate of the town of Gorkin is going to be decided. I'm telling you, if we fill the reports right, we'll slip out. Worst case, no leave, a smack on the head, a demotion. No big deal. Why are you acting like kids? Rest is a euphemism for torture. Am I understanding that correctly? What are you picking at words for? Not now. Rogov, know this. I ain't lying in my report. No, you want to drag us all down with you, huh? Your screw up, your mess. What screw up? Lads, you know what? Throwing me under the bull already? We're all in this. Gotta stick tight. I'll write it plain. You were told to watch the resting guest, and you stood there picking your nose. I'll write it just like that. You saw the guest, right? Scrawny thing, an artsy bookworm. What was there to watch? It was as clear as day in his file, a softy, and a drunk to boot. Who could guess he'd jump like that, smash the mirror mid-leap, grab a shard? Takes skill, that, and the boss himself told us to untie him. Don't shove it on the boss, that's low. He's paid already for his slip-up, now we'll pay too, and you, Rogov, most of all. Gentlemen, kindly explain what happened here. And what's it to you? Who are you for us to answer to you? That's Stankovsky, lads. The boss brought him to the team when he arrived. Kept calling him in, too, all the time. They'll ask him what happened here, sure as death. Yeah, right. All the more reason to tell him the right version of what happened. There will be no right version. Tell me the truth. I've already heard you talking anyway. The boss called in that architect, Peter Stamatin, for questioning. We brought him. Interrogation started, and the boss himself ordered him untied. Said it would make him talk better. And you, Rogov, you were ordered to watch Stamatin. You, not us. That's what I'm saying, Dankovsky. Boss's orders. Stamatin was just sitting there like he'd fall off the chair already, hardly breathing. I just turned to get him some water so he wouldn't croak. And then he jumps, straight for the mirror. Mirror shatters, he grabs a shard, and to the boss, in 1 second, like a tiger. Did Karminsky die instantly? Did you try to attempt first aid? Of course we did. We're trained to do that, but that wound, like Stamatin was trained too, in stabbing. We don't deny our responsibility, everyone except Rogov. Lads, maybe to hell with the report. Maybe we bolt to the step, eh? Better than paying for this. You're not going to restrain Stamatin? He's standing there loose, no guards. He's crazy, not worth it. Even so, we oughta... Lads, let's run. Curse Stamatin in reports. Main thing now is wait till the crowd clears the square, then slip out quiet. Rogov, no, they'll find us anyway. I've got a family. I vanish, they'll come for them. Though if I can reach the telegraph, want them to leave... Karminsky is gone and all your bravado is suddenly gone as well. How amusing. All right. So, it looks like, this was an interrogation gone wrong. Maria, I guess that's why you were collecting all these mirrors? What fun. But, unfortunately, this does lead us to the end of today's session. A lot has happened. Well, we are getting towards what feels like the end of things right now. It seems like everyone's trying to put their final pieces into play for the end of days for Gorkin. It looks like, for some reason, Clara wants to burn the whole town down. And she doesn't want me to interfere. Aglaya has a plan as well, but she's not going to reveal the details of it to me until the evening. I feel like Karminski kind of knew this was going to happen. I mean, he narrowed down his list of possible fates, so I believe that maybe Karminski was just destined to die on day 11. We shall see. And Eva's back, but Eva doesn't remember anything, or it feels like this is the first day she's ever been around, but she should know where the train station is. She's been a part of this town for quite some time. Well, the point is, there is a lot of developing things and a lot of competing motivations and goals, and I know that it's going to be impressed upon me to make a decision about how it's all going to end. Areo Nedling says, thank you for the stream. Areo, thank you very much for joining. Always a pleasure to have you on. But yes, no, it's. I think right now I need to have, in the interim time before we meet again, next time we're going to be playing is going to be on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And honestly, it's very possible, or it's within the realm of possibility that we could be finishing Pathologic 3 on Thursday. I don't know, but I mean, we're on day 11 and all things are starting to fall ahead, so I think things are going to really pick up the pace for these last couple of days. Major decisions need to be made, but that's the reason why I think in this interim time before our next session, I'm going to have myself a long, hard think about how I want to see this game end, or how I want to see this town go into its final days. It may be that I side with one person or another, or I try my best to continue Simon's work. I don't know. But right now I need to see what major moves every one of the other players are making and try to decide for myself what I would like to happen for this town. But first things first, I'm going to see if I can try to negotiate. Well, no, they're probably not going to let the patients go no matter what. I don't know. Maybe there's something I can do. Either way, lots to unfold in the next session. Again, next time we'll be playing is on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Again, if you have any insight, I don't know. No, I don't want any spoilies. No spoilies. But I am my head is swimming with all things that are happening right now. But with that being said, dear viewer, if you enjoyed today's session, I encourage you to subscribe so that you can always find your way back home. Until the next time we meet, I hope that you have a wonderful Wednesday and an even better Thursday until we rejoin each other again for possibly getting close to the end of this series. Skilljoy says, spoiler alert, the game is depressing. Yep, I don't believe you. I'm gonna have to find out for myself. I have not seen any evidence. This has been a wacky, fun time game. All right. I'll keep you no more. Everyone, have a great evening, and I hope to see you in the next session. Bye-bye.